Hey, welcome to Happy Tales of Happy Tales, the podcast where you'll hear stories of the way pups have touched our hearts and our lives. So for the next few minutes, let everything else go and just listen and smile. I'm your host, Julie Jackson. Good morning, friends. I hope this finds you having a great day. I just have a quick story of shenanigans for you. Yesterday, I was able to work from home. My desk is upstairs, right next to a window. When I work from home, I keep the back door open, and we have a storm door that has a doggy door, so the pups can come and go as they please. Lately, the floofs, Chuck and Barney, have been pretty good about not abusing the privilege, so I wasn't thinking too much about it. If you haven't been introduced to the floofs before, Chuck and Barney are our 2-year-old husky, Malamute, shepherd wolf mixes. They're pretty big guys. They don't weigh as much as they look because they are so fluffy, hence the term the floofs, but they're still pretty large, maybe German shepherd size. I'm sitting at my desk on a call, no less, and I hear yelping outside my window downstairs, right at the fence. I knew immediately what had happened. They're notorious jailbreakers. So as soon as I got off my call, I went to break. I go running out in the backyard, and I hear my sweet neighbor, who works from home every day, is out in her backyard, and I hear her talking very sweetly to what has to be our dogs that have broken into her yard through the fence. So I hear her, and she yells at, we're over here, and I go over and see. They've busted out 2 not panels, but just fence planks, just boards. So each of these things is probably 3.5 inches wide. So we're talking about maybe a 7-8 inch gap. It doesn't look physically possible for these guys to get through it, yet they did. So they're running around in her yard. So I start calling them, and they come back to the gap in the fence. Usually we have to get the leashes, go around to her gate and get them. This is how bad they are. They know, and they run around to the gate to meet us. Sometimes we just find them sitting at her gate inside the yard. Anyway, but this time it looks like they're going to come back through the fence. So I'm very excited about this. And I'm trying to coax them through. Barney is feeling a little courageous, and so he's actually kind of trying to get through that hole, and he's trying to navigate, and finally figures out that if he gets both of his legs through, so he gets his shoulders through the gap, and the whole time Chuck's back there thinking about it, and then Chuck will act like he's going to go, and then he kind of runs back, and he's like, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go. They're kind of going back and forth, and Barney is finally taking the initiative. Barney gets his shoulders through this hole. He's all the way to his waist. And all of a sudden, Chuck decides, oh, never mind, I'm going first, and barrels through this hole over the top of Barney and gets stuck as well, stacked on top of Barney. So now I have 2 wolf mix dogs stuck in this 7-inch hole in the fence, stacked on top of each other. At this point, we have to figure out how to get Chuck out of the way. So I'm kind of trying to help Chuck navigate through. My sweet neighbor is on the backside pushing him through. We finally pop Chuck through the fence. Now, at this point, Barney backs out, and he's like, no way, I'm not having any part of that. So he starts running around in her yard again. Then we finally coax him back, and once again, he goes through the whole process of getting his front legs through, and then he gets his shoulders through. Then he tries to bust through, and poor little guy, apparently he's a little hippier, and he gets stuck at his hips. So we have to push him back through. And at this point, we realize this is fruitless. So I have to get the leash and go around. Well, he is not interested in meeting me at the gate this time because she's back there. So he's just having the time of his life playing in her backyard with her while poor thing should be working. And I go around to get him. He has also, well, probably both of them before I got there, they also busted a panel out of her gate. So I guess they were trying to make another great escape out the front of her gate to go explore the neighborhood. Anyway, I managed to get Barney on a leash and get him back into the house where no one had any remorse. Their give a poop meters were not even on. 0 poops. But thank goodness everyone was home safe and sound, and it was pretty funny. So I just wish that I had a picture of those two guys stuck in the 7-inch hole in the fence, stacked on top of each other. There you have it. I hope y'all have a great day. Remember, you are as great as your dog thinks you are. And go home and smooch your pooch. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know that you are busy, and I really appreciate that you chose to spend some of your time with me. So let's do a little bit of bookkeeping before we head out. If you enjoy this and you would like to receive the episodes automatically without having to seek them out, then in your podcatcher, follow or subscribe. And that way, every time an episode drops, it'll show up for you and you'll know that it's there. Makes it super easy. You don't have to think about it. Please go visit the website. It's really cute. It's got puppy pictures. Also, I've got a free gift for you over there if you will go check it out. And if you would like to message me, if you have any suggestions, specific pup stories you want to hear, or even better, if you want to share a story, you can message me right there from the website. That's the best way to get to me for that. Check us out on all the different socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them. That's where you'll see pictures of the pups that we talk about each week. Also just other fun pup things. I'm going to put episodes on YouTube as well. Sometimes the episodes are recorded via Zoom, and so there's video. A lot of times it's just us talking, but every now and then there are some fun cameos from puppies, or there's shenanigans in the background, and you can catch all that on YouTube. If you want to help me out, if you would leave a positive review and share the podcast, that would be fantastic. I would be really grateful. And once again, if you want to help me out, I would love to share your story. So please hit me up and let's schedule a time that we can talk. Some people have shared their stories in writing. Some people have gotten on the phone and done a chat with me. So we can do whatever you are most comfortable with. Finally, do not forget that you are as great as your dog thinks you are, and go smooch your pooch. Thanks, y'all.